Ah. Now, Godzilla, you will die. Yeah. At last, Ghidorah is dead. Hey, new guy, can you show me how you did that? I kinda got my own problem right now.
I am the Golden Doom. I am death.
Oh boy. How's it, Godzilla fans, collectors, kaiju fans, and just general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla1964 back with another figure review. I was not expecting to review this guy quite so soon, but I just have the dire urge to customize him, well, paint-wise. I mean, there's just a few things, because while we're on the topic of paint, I'm just going to jump right in here. Bandai did amazing with paint for this Godzilla figure. I mean, I'm blown away. We all saw the promo pictures, and the promo pictures, in my opinion, don't exactly do this figure justice as to how much paint and work Bandai really put into this figure, because this figure is literally painted from head to toe, from the inside of his mouth to his individually painted teeth to all of his toenails, and even all of the spines on his tail are all painted. Now granted, the paint on this figure is all literally the same paint. It's just a black base coat and then a green dry brushing all over the figure, but I mean, it looks amazing. I have no complaints, even though it's just dry brushing and a black base coat. But I mean, I have to say that the teeth are very nicely painted. If it'll just focus. The teeth are very nicely painted, and they painted the inside of the mouth, which is awesome. And then the toenails are all painted for once, and the fingernails. I mean, I just cannot give Bandai enough credit for the amount of paint that the paint job that this guy has. It's just amazing. But if I keep talking about paint, I'm just going to keep saying how amazing it is, so we'll move right on to detail, because detail for this guy is also amazing. From the ridges to his plates all over his body, especially on his back, to his tail, his really big stubby tail, which is, by the way, this is very reminiscent of the Heisei series, if I didn't mention this before, which I love, because the Heisei series Godzilla is one of my favorite Godzilla designs, and I feel like we have not gotten a proper figure of him, but this is a pretty good representation of him. But I feel like this guy does awesome with combining not only the Heisei series, but also the Reiwa series, and maybe a little bit of Monsterverse. I don't know. What do you guys think? But back to the star of today's video. Detail on this guy, I mean, it's just wow. Like I said, teeth were individually sculpted. The different ridges and cracks and bumps on this Godzilla's body is individually sculpted. I mean, even the spines have so much detail in them. I mean, I guess Bandai had to live up to the hype of the ride, because for the Godzilla, the ride, if you guys haven't seen the clips on YouTube yet, it is an up-close, personal point of view with Godzilla, because I mean, you're literally riding on him and down his back. Spoilers, by the way, but you're riding down his back for the ride, and I mean, the ride looks amazing, almost as amazing as this figure. But since I'm a figure collector and not so into the ride stuff, even though the video was cool, yeah, I gotta give it to this Godzilla figure over the ride. On to articulation. Same basic 4 points of articulation like any Godzilla. Arms move. One thing with these arms is I would watch the ridges on the back here that the paint doesn't scrape off, but I think you guys should not, we should not have any problem with this. And the legs move all the way around. Yay. As for the tail, still no tail articulation, even though there is a seam over here. Still no tail articulation, which is okay because everything else on this figure makes up for it. So yeah, Bandai, you guys did amazing with this Godzilla figure. I think we covered all the details. Only thing would be scale, which I do have the Ghidorah, but sadly for my Ghidorah, there is a factory defect with mine, which is by no fault of the seller. It's more so on Bandai's end, but if you guys look closely, you see how there's the kind of the beak going on with the left head, and then this is the right head beak, and then there comes to the middle head and there's no beak. I believe part of the nose just kind of came off during the production process, because even the front teeth are, it's like non-existent. Like if I push my fingertip against them, they fall flat, which I'm pretty sure is not supposed to happen. So I was supposed to review these guys together, but I figured it would be unfair because I have a factory defect Ghidorah figure. Because the only problem with this one is the head. Everything else is literally fine. I really like this Ghidorah figure, but luckily I have another one coming in hopefully sometime this week. Factory defect figures do not do the actual figures that they put out justice. But scaling, I mean, with any Godzilla and Ghidorah pairing, even though actually I think this pairs up very nicely, because if Ghidorah was able to stand up taller and his heads were up, I think it would reach about here, and it would be a, I think the scalings actually would be perfect. But because Ghidorah's in this stance, I think that he just looks really small to me. But if Ghidorah was standing more upright, his necks were more upright, then I think the stance would be perfect, and this would be perfect scaling. So yeah, scaling for these two figures. Last but not least, my favorite question, because I always ask you guys this: would I recommend you guys add this to your collection? Yes, yes, and yes. I mean, I cannot give enough praise to Bandai about this figure. I cannot give enough praise to this figure alone in one video, because this figure is just, I mean, it's an amazing figure. And yes, I would definitely recommend you guys add this to your collection. I need not say more. I'm speechless. That's why. I can go on and on about this, but this is Chantzilla 1964 signing out. Till next time, peace, peace.